Big Black here. I guess being owned by me has had a tough life. And it's kind of evident by how the truck is looking. So you can see Big Black has got some age. It's showing its wrinkles. Got a little bit of an issue with the headlights. The yellowing, and you can see that the actual lens is starting to fissure. Which in a sense is, I mean, that's normal, I guess. So today's episode of What's Up Guy Garage, we're going to be nice to Big Black. Big Black's going to get a little bit of a facelift. So if you're interested in seeing what's going to happen with Big Black, shouldn't take too long. A few minutes, whatever.
What we do here is go back,
keep watching this episode of What's Up Guy Garage. So to get started, we got to pop the hood. So on the truck, right, you've got several fasteners, obviously, that you need to get rid of or take out. So you've got 4 on the top to pop out the grill, because that's what we're going to be doing. So for Big Black today, we're going to be replacing the grill and both side left and right headlights, along with throwing in a new set of the Hikari bulbs that I've been kind of saving for this install. And then we'll obviously still be saving the directional bulbs, which are switchbacks, both left and right. These LEDs, I don't know what I'm going to do with those. But anyways, let's get to installing this thing. Well, the tools that you're going to need to take this grill off. 5.5. I'm going to use a socket. You can use a wrench if you've got it. Vice grips, whatever you want. And then obviously a longer reach pry bar. And the reason for the pry bar is there's 5 clips that run the bottom of the grill. And you'll need to use the pry bar and kind of push down on those little tabs, because they're like a kind of like a pinch tab almost. You'll see what I'm talking about once we get this out. I'll show you what it is. So those fasteners are right across on the top here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, so 2 on the edges and 2 in the center. Just put everything on your parts tray. Then you'll be able to tilt the grill forward and then take your pry bar and you'll look way down in there and you can see that there are these little tab things that you got to push down on to release the grill. So here's one. You can see how it kind of popped out a little bit. There's another one right there. Two, 3, 4, and then obviously the last one, 5. Then you can take the grill away. So here's what Big Black looks like without its grill. Boy, is that a funny looking look. It's amazing how much of this truck is like plastic. So anyways, now we're going to go after the headlights. And on the headlights, you've got 2 bolts, again, 5.5, that are on the top. And then you have 2 bolts that are underneath, in between this top edge of the bumper and kind of like the bottom edge of the headlight. You kind of have to push down on the bumper to get the bolts that are right here and here. They're kind of a pain in the neck. And again, that's at 5.5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go after these bottom ones first. Right here. Kind of tough to see. Once I get this out, I'll be able to show you what these look like. And that's the only negative about these. We'll just find them down on the ground. Again, push down. See that in there? Gotta find your way to it. Same thing, pop down on the ground. Then you can go after the 2 bolts that are right here on the top. Bring that one out, throw on the parts tray. Parts tray. When you look at them, you can see they're all the same length, so it's not going to matter. You're not going to get confused. If you want, take the 4 best ones, throw them on the top of the grill. Now you'll be able to slide the light out, and you've got connectors that you're going to be disconnecting. So on this back side here, sure how well you can see in there. But you're going to be disconnecting 3 things. You're going to be disconnecting your directionals, the side marker light, and then obviously the LED or the headlight. So everything is a twist. So you can see that right there, that's my side marker, that's an LED. Again, twist, pull out, directional. And you can see that's the switchback. And then this one on the top here, this is actually by a company called Starnil. And these bulbs actually weren't bad. I'm just going to replace them with the Hikaris. And I'll do something else with these maybe. So there you go. Now we've got the passenger side out, or right side. Now we're just going to go after the driver's side. Go after the bottom ones. So one of the things that I'd recommend, I'm not too concerned with this truck, but when you're doing these lower bolts, there's going to be an obviousness of something that I'll kind of point out, I guess, to you right now, is that when you're doing this, if you're worried about, you know, scuffing this top section of your bumper, just take some tape, masking tape, and lay a few layers over this. I'm not too concerned about big blacks, superficial looks here. At least I'm not. Top bolts. 5.5s for 2. Same thing, just turn all your bulbs out. Pull it away. So now I can access the driver and the plug, which, man, I forgot this thing was so massive. Just pull it out, take your LED, or take your light and put it somewhere else. You can see this was Starnell. I think I've had these things in here for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, and they've been flawless. But it's just time for a change, you know? What we had inside that box, right here, are these bad boys. So these are a very lightly smoked lens, just very lightly smoked. And I just thought that they would look absolutely mint. So it has the, like an LED style strip. So 10 LEDs that are obviously off their own power source, and we'll tap into the parking light that's going right on that side right there in order to be able to power those LED strips, that LED strip right there. So there's the driver's side, or left. These things are looking nice. So one of the first things that you'll notice about the lights, so I got them set up over here, alright? Kind of focus in or zoom in just enough to kind of point things out. So you can see on this one right here, it's got these little clips, so you can just take those clips off because obviously you don't need them because the clips for the truck are actually on the truck. So these you can just throw in your spare parts bin. Then if you notice this opening right here, so when you turn the light this way, you can see that there's a little seal, a little like twist lock. And looking at the configuration, so I can see it looks like we have a larger hole here and then 2 of the same size holes here, but on this they're the same. So it looks like it's not going to matter how this is installed, but if you do install it, I'm assuming the way, you know, that it came out, you'll hopefully get a good beam pattern. I think a plus side to having this piece here, or at least this light, because what I can do is rotate it to another position, and if you had non-adjustable beams like for the LEDs, you should be able to help by rotating this to a different desired location, and you can see it changes how the bulb actually kind of fits. So you'll have kind of like 3 different ways to try to adjust your beam. So fortunately the LEDs that I did get, they are adjustable, but it's kind of nice to know that you can actually adjust using this little seal adapter piece or whatever you want to call it. And for now, because I don't have a proper connector, I'm going to leave this just exposed for now, just because I want to get it into the truck. I can't find the waterproof connectors that I had right now. They are misplaced. So for now, we're just going to hook everything up and we'll just go as it is. Hey, Colby. So obviously we're going to go for the directional bulbs now. Maybe on this side it's better. I can't tell if you can see or not because I can't see. Anyways, whatever. So now we're just going to twist in the parking bulb. Give that a twist in. And then go ahead and grab our Hikaris. So these are those Hikari LEDs that I use. I'm just gonna plug it in. I don't care. Just get this done. And then just kind of just make sure you feed your wires into place. We'll leave this garbage on there for now. That looks pretty sharp. I like that. Now it's going to reinstall my lower bolts. Go in from the edge here, hopefully. And maybe not. You can get it. It's one of those things where you just got to kind of, I guess, reach your hand around and get your things in there. Not that it matters, but you can kind of see that I was actually holding the wrench up against the base here. And then again, reach in for this one right here. Kind of just put it into its spot. And then just kind of weasel your way. Get it in to position. Tighten up this bottom one. And I'm going to go for the top. And that's installed. Now just go ahead and go after the other one. Take those clips off the bottom because obviously we don't need them. Uncover all your little holes. I'm just gonna tie this wire up for now so it's out of the way. Connect up our Hikari bulb. Twist that in position. Throw that in. Connect up our directionals. This is kind of tight, so disconnect that, then plug it in, give myself a little bit extra room, then plug this in. Alright, I'm going to disconnect this one too. Boy, is it tight in here. Connect that up. Make sure you just feed your wires out of the way, and then just guide it right into place. Bam. Couple bolts. Feed those in from underneath or from the side, whichever works for you. Feed this other one in from the other side. Plastic out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. Go after these top bolts here. You can kind of check housing alignment along this edge right here where it meets the fender. So along this edge where it meets the fender, you can check the housing alignment, which actually looks pretty mint. So that's what it looks like with these smoke lenses. So we've got that side right there, pretty mint. So passenger side, driver side right there. Now let's get the other piece in, right there.
A few moments later.
So here's what I did as far as a pattern goes. I located the centers of basically the grill by just aligning and measuring from side to side and from top to bottom. And I'm not going to show you what the emblem looks like yet, but you can see the way it's designed is it's designed for a factory location. So you got 2 pins on the left and right side, and then you have an alignment pin, which is that center one right there. And then what I did is pressed those into place and used a file, like a nice flat file, to file these aluminum little, I guess, pieces, and then they're press fit by taking a screwdriver and then lightly tapping in on all 4 corners of both of these pieces to get that to never go anywhere. And one of the nice things about it is you can see that the grill has a stepped section. Now when I took this emblem and you fit it through, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So when I fit it through, you can see that the posts barely come up through the back side of the grill, and the only way to affix these was to be able to sink those pieces right there. And that's just 1/8 aluminum, and that way they're inset into these diamonds or squares right here, however you want to look at them. You look at it that way, it's a square. You look at it that way, it's a diamond. But anyways, that was the idea. And like I said, I'm not going to show you what the emblem looks like. You can see the, I guess, final reveal of what this is all going to look like once I'm done. So let's just now get a drill bit, find the centers of these 2 plates right here, backing plates, and then we'll drill out these holes and then fit the emblem and see what it looks like. I want to find the centers, and you just carefully drill it out. I'm using a 7/32 drill bit because it's going to give it actually a little bit of room, which is what I want. Perfect. Now move on to the other one. Same thing, locate the center. Just like that. And then sometimes you have to go a different route. So one of the pins actually snapped off, and it was already broken. So that's not going to work. So what I did is I took that sticky stuff off, and then I'm just going to not show you the emblem, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a tiny little pilot hole with this drill bit right here to accept a screw like this, and that's what will attach the emblem to the front side of the grill. You just figure something else out, you know what I mean? So all I figured I'm going to do is just very carefully drill in the centers of where these little broken pin sections were anyway. So I got my little pilot hole, or my pilot. I got my little drill bit. I'm just going to very carefully just go for the centers. Just like that. Should be fine on that side. And that should be front side. Whoop. See? Tiny little hole. Tiny little hole. I'll just get it mounted up. That's funny, I can't even see down in the hole. Son of a... I'll just undo that just a touch. Alright, so all I needed to do is just get a flashlight so I could align whereabouts that hole is. Because it's such a small hole, it's not that easy to locate. There we go. That should be it right there. Cool. That's it. So now you can see the emblems mounted. Now I can take off my tape. don't need that anymore. That was just a guide for me so that I knew where the actual squares were. And then here's what it looks like. So just like the reverse operation, you're just going to put those 5 alignment tabs in the bottom using your pry bar, long reach pry bar that way, or screwdriver, whatever. That way you can kind of push down the tab and push it in at the same time. And then put your 4 screws across the top, and then we'll reveal what the final result is of how Big Black looks now after its facelift surgery.
Oh my gosh, Colby's in between my legs.
What you doing, guys? She almost wiped out the camera once already.
Really?
Because it's on a tripod.
Yeah.
And she like came over to see me, and her little leash got wrapped around the legs. So here's what Big Black's looking like.
Looks like he's having surgery.
Yeah. Surgify. It's called Surgify. One. Push down on this one. Push down on this one. Two. 3. Sounds like it's breaking it, but it's not. Again, it's always that false sound of snapping stuff. That one in. And go after the last one here. And that one already popped in. Now we're just going to line up the grill across the top here. Looks good. Make sure I'm looking good on my edges. Not too shabby. Gonna slide it over just a touch. So you can actually line this thing up. I'm just gonna loosely put these in for now. That way I can just double check the alignment. Let's get the tools out of here. There you go. That's what it looks like. I actually kind of think you can see something going on right in the middle there. So we'll zoom in, make sure it's focused nice. Make sure all your tools are out of there. And there we go. So that's what it looks like. Off that beautiful plastic right there on that light right here. Oh, that's nice. Peel that off, nice and slow. There you go. It's done. All right, so here we go. Here's the big reveal. Big Black's been waiting a long time for this look right here. Oh, what, you want to see what it looks like? There you go. That looks nice. So what do you think? Was it worth it? I mean, look at that thing. That thing looks nice, doesn't it? That was worth it. That thing looks nice with the smoke lenses, man. I like it. I just gotta clean up the rest of the crap on the sides here. Not too bad. Big blacks looking pretty sweet. Does look nice.